It seems like Disney has finally done some wrong, well at the box office anyway, as their latest movie Alice Through the Looking Glass, which debuted in America with 34.1 million over the 4-day Memorial Weekend, which is clearly a godly awful debut considering the first installment, Alice in Wonderland, made triple that with 116.3 million over a 3-day period back in 2010. Therefore, clearly there is many possible reasons that led to Alice Through the Looking Glass downfall. Because clearly there's Johnny Depp, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's controversy that has been going on last week, and clearly critics. So let's get into it. So critic reviews for Alice Through the Looking Glass was sitting at a 30% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is clearly highly negative. Therefore, I feel like a lot of the audience members were kind of 50-50 in seeing this latest family movie by Disney, because the first one was very polarising with the audience sitting at a similar percentage with critics at 50%, around that the first one got with critics and audience percentage on Rotten Tomatoes, and clearly that was affected into this movie coming out, as this movie clearly swayed audience members not going to see it because of critics' reviews, therefore hence why this dismal box office result. But clearly critic reviews weren't the only case in the downfall of this movie, as Johnny Depp's box office record himself hasn't been very good lately, and basically I feel like the studio itself, Disney, felt like Johnny Depp had more of a box office pull when it came to getting audience into those seats for his movies, but clearly they were wrong, as Johnny Depp's last few movies, Transcendence, The Lone Ranger, were bombs, and his only recent hit, which was back into 2010-2011, which was Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, but even that kind of disappointed at the domestic box office because it grossed less out of all the other Pirates of the Caribbean movies anyway at the domestic box office anyway. So clearly they were wrong to bet on Johnny Depp's star power for the pull for this movie, and clearly it didn't work out, and I feel like that's another reason why this movie fell on its feet head first. But also, last week there was a lot of controversy and legal news between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, where Johnny Depp and Amber Heard basically both divorced last week. But not only that, Amber Heard filed a restraining order and even accused Johnny Depp of assaulting her. Therefore, clearly that might have swayed people to not see Alice Through the Looking Glass due to the negative publicity aimed at Johnny Depp, which is a star in Alice Through the Looking Glass and one of the main stars in the movie. Therefore, clearly that might have had an impact, but not a big impact. But when you put all these three reasons why the movie failed, it kind of creates this massive snowball of an impact aimed at the movie, which could have affected its box office quite largely and maybe swayed other people to see other family movies such as Jungle Book and Angry Birds, which are still in cinemas, but also this other weekend's release X-Men Apocalypse and even Captain America Civil War, which is still in theatres. Therefore, I felt like this movie kind of had everything against it, considering what happened last week and everything the movie was throwing out with critic reviews and even Johnny Depp's box office record and star power lacking. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments below what you thought about Alice Through the Looking Glass downfall at the box office and the reasons behind it in your opinion that maybe made Alice Through the Looking Glass the failure that it was this weekend at the box office in America. Anyway, click that subscribe button please to support Nerd Source and become part of it, and even give this video a like if you genuinely like the video. Anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.